going on, friends? This is Phil, Yoshi's Painting. G-Dubs enters the collector miniature subscription market. It's Imperium. Let's check it out. All right, as you guys know, Imperium is a magazine subscription service. You got issue 1 here in the shrink wrap. Let's get into the meat and potatoes here. So in the package, you get 6 white D6s. No big deal there. Obviously, they need to give you some dice so you can track. There's your bases for your 2 characters you get in the pack. 40 mil and 32 mil pre-drilled holes because these are static pose models, push fit. You get a 12-inch range ruler here, segmented by inches. Pretty cool. It seems like it's engraved plastic with reverse printed numbering on there. We'll have to see how durable it is during gameplay. And you get your 2 miniatures. You have your Necron Royal Warden and your Space Marine Primaris Lieutenant. First thing to notice here is this is a subscription-based magazine, so it comes pre-punched with 2 holes meant for the subscriptions to be bound in a 2-ring binder. And going through this, you'll see the contents and the welcome letter here, the breakdown of what a Primaris Lieutenant is, and you get a kind of a little stat sheet in case you go like crusade rules with him, or you want to do some kind of tracking with it or whatnot, or any cool little things the guy has managed to do during his battles. You get a little bit of a name generator there, which is kind of interesting, both surname and regular name. That goes into the Royal Warden, where you get the same kind of situation for him. You get a battle record thing. You can keep track of his details. You get a brief history on the Space Marines. Interestingly enough, here you see 6 factions, only 2 of which are primary. The other 2 are sub-factions of Space Marines, which is kind of interesting. You get the same thing for the Necrons. And then you get into the instructions for the press fit models. You got your Primaris Lieutenant there and your Royal Warden there. You get a brief little interlude on how to paint models, giving you a breakdown of the different kinds of Citadel paints, all the way from base to technical. And you get a breakdown of 40K in general, the components of this first issue, and the scenario that you're going to play. Here you're going to get a little bit of a fold out on Ramesis, which is the planet that you guys are fighting on in this campaign, as well as a little fold out trifold that gives you the a little bit of description on the different forces. And here's where we get the playmat for issue 1 for the Warden and the Lieutenant on A side. On B side, you have what looks like some form of Necron complex. I'm going to assume that's a larger part of a bigger battle when you get more issues. And finally, you get a big fold-out poster that contains a lot of advertising in the midst of it during the fold-out process. You see the thing for Imperium here, as well as a peek of the collection in its entirety. Here they are, your first 2 models of Imperium. Your Primaris Lieutenant here, push fit model, sword and board, plasma gun, intercessor armor, iron halo, and then you have your Royal Warden here, which is the same one that came out of the Indominus box set. So no, I just used this one. I still have the one that came with the box on the sprue here, but it's the same model. But yeah, cool model regardless. That's effectively Imperium issue 1. It's these 2 versus each other. Pew, 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 pew. Issue 1 was the welcome to the Warhammer world. These are what these factions are. This is what this is about. And this is the very rudimentary basics on how to play the game. Obviously geared way towards anybody who hasn't played the game before and may be interested. I think it's an interesting direction. I got the email that they're coming out with this thing in the United States. I figured I'd give it a shot, because I don't have Space Marines. Aside from getting, I would say, a manageable amount of models for you to assemble and paint every month in the manner of this monthly subscription, it's also a huge discount to buying these things individually. Now, if you're a veteran player and you have specific things that you want to buy, this may not be for you. The picture that I showed earlier in the video of the entirety of the collection, that's what you get. It's hard to kind of pass up the few $100 discount you get per faction. Faux Hammer did a video on their website. They did cost breakdown of this, getting them this way in the subscription versus paying over the counter for them. Final notes, I would say that this is kind of one thing that GW may actually be doing right, in the fact that they are, putting this out there for a huge discount. Now, this is nothing new to anybody outside of the U.S., right? Europe had an Age of Sigmar version of this a couple years ago, and I believe Australia had one, even older one, that was Lord of the Rings based. This is new to the U.S. and Canada, I think North America this year. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the numbers do. And they played it big. They went worldwide with their biggest IP in 40K. And with the popularity of the video games and everything else, I think people might jump into this. It might be a good gateway thing. By the time it's all said and done, you literally will have a 2-player, full-blown army starter box. Well, not even a starter box, 2 full-blown armies with terrain to play on. So if you like what you saw today, please like, comment. Let me know your thoughts on Imperium and what you think could happen with this subscription model in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. I know some of my subscribers are real G-Dubs haters right now. I know some of my subscribers love G-Dubs, and I know some are kind of in the gray like me. I think they do some good things, and I think they do some things that they have a better opportunity to do in a different fashion. At any rate, my name is Phil. You've been watching Yoshi's Painting. Keep slapping paint.